So the judge in Diddy's case has finally made a decision on whether or not he can be released on bail until sentencing. His sentencing is going to go down October 3rd. And the judge says, no, Diddy needs to stay locked up until the sentencing. So the reasons why the judge gave are the reasons that, they're screaming and pretty obvious from what the conversation has been up until this point. The judge says that he does not believe that Diddy isn't a flight risk. And he also says that Diddy can be dangerous. He can be violent. He can pose danger to the community.
They said they believe he is a flight risk?
So basically, he's saying that it was Diddy's burden to prove that he wasn't completely a flight risk at all, and that the violence and all the things that we've seen in this case up until this point weren't something that we would have to worry about because he'd be put under these conditions which would watch him and his behavior. The judge doesn't believe that the violence, number one, is something that you can even keep an eye on the way that you should under the conditions.
I am so confused. He was found not guilty for the biggest charges, and the charges he was found guilty from, most people in that situation, first-time offenders, get time served or a fine. So if he's probably going to get out October 3rd, what's the difference between now and October 3rd if usually people in that same situation only get community service?
Well, I think...
Is he going to be less dangerous in October than he is in August?
I mean, October, he'd be sentenced to something, so he wouldn't be coming home anyway.
He's probably going to get time served in October. That's what they're expecting.
I mean, to me, the way that it's been, these bail conversations have been, I don't know if time serving, you just walking home scot-free, I don't think that that's going to happen, to be honest with you. But
there's nothing about that judge. There's nothing about that judge's behavior thus far that shows me that they're going to give Diddy time served.
Yeah, the only time served. And he actually, the judge references in his letter, which you mentioned, like the previous cases that the defense, Diddy's legal team tried to bring in and say, hey, this has never happened over here. And he's like, but those cases are very different than Diddy's. When you talk about Diddy just being a John or a person that was like just living this voyeurist lifestyle, because the prosecutors did a good job of proving, which is why the Mann Act conviction stuck, proving that there was violence and that, Cassie and Jane were like, things happened to them because...
But I thought he was just found guilty of hiring a prostitute and flying a prostitute across state lines.
So this is what he says. He said, the judge says that... So the Mann Act arguments might have had traction in the case that didn't involve evidence of violence, coercion, or subjugation in connection with all acts of prostitution. So basically, he directly points to Cassie and Jane, and he says, look... the government takes the opposite view that Cassie, Ventura, and Jane were beaten, coerced, threatened, and lied to and victimized by Combs as a part of their participation in these events. So it's like, okay, y'all are trying to say that here's what his participation was and you're trying to discount it. Mm-hmm. But the prosecution did a job, which is why everything stuck, of showing in order for them to participate, here's everything they had to deal with at the hands of Diddy. So the judge he's not going for it. Yeah, so.
I mean, the judge is showing you how he feels about Diddy. He clearly is it he or she?
It's a he.
The judge clearly thinks Diddy is dangerous and violent, and we can't act like there isn't evidence out there that shows him being dangerous and violent.
Yeah, no, that's true, but the judge can feel what he wants to feel, but it's still law, right? There's still certain laws you got to abide by and restrictions that you have to have, correct? I could hate somebody, but you still got to stick by laws, right?
But clearly they're abiding by the law.
He's not doing anything unlawful, basically. So it's like, I mean, they're arguing with law. It's just one side is winning the other. And they also addressed the fact because Diddy's team had pointed out a lot of stuff about the jail and how horrible the conditions were and how people aren't being kept safe and the food being horrible.
He was fed maggots
in the food and all the things. And the judge said...
Excuse me? Don't you use that language on the radio? What'd you say?
Mm-hmm. Oh.
I said he was fed maggots.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you just you said F it. Like, damn.
No.
I thought you just said F it this morning. Like, wow.
Hell no.
Yeah, no.
This guy's crazy.
Yeah, so I did reach out to see if there was going to be any response, just in statement or anything from Diddy's team, and there's nothing. So I'm assuming they're probably going to respond back in a filing, but I think at this point you just wait until sentencing. And because the judge said you can try and discount all that stuff at the sentencing and then see what happens. Shoot your shot. In other news, so there is a report that President Trump is responding to. The New York Post did a report on Gail King's future at CBS. They called her future murky. They say that this is coming as ratings for the morning show that she is on are tanking. So they're saying that there's going to be a huge dilemma that CBS is going to face over the future of Gail King because the ratings for the morning show are collapsing and the network is struggling to the network is struggling to continue. So basically they're saying that because of the ratings, Gail King will be out. And a lot of people started pointing to this report because this is the same conversation that they started having around Stephen Colbert. And then the show was canceled and Trump kind of got involved there and, said what he wanted to say about it. Now, he did respond to this. Donald Trump did respond to this. And he is basically saying that, good riddance if that's what happens to Gail King, which is kind of scary to see because normally when these things happen, again, like we saw with Stephen Colbert, the show goes away. Now, Gail King has not spoke out on this whatsoever yet. Her morning show hasn't even aired this morning yet. I don't know if she will address it. But I just think it's kind of crazy to see these things happen. It's kind of like dominoes, like things just like falling, things just happening.
Man, Trump is about to make CBS his new bitch. CBS is going to be his new Fox News. CBS might as well be state-run media at this point if he got that much influence.
Yeah, I mean, of course they'll deny that it is him, but that is doing it. But it's pretty obvious because every time these reports come out, he hops and speaks and has these things that he's talking on Truth Social. I have a last story for you guys. It's really quick.
Let's do it.
Okay, what's it?
Okay, so do you guys recognize this character from McDonald's?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you guys know what this character actually is?
I don't even know his name.
No, is it like is it grape juice?
No.
What's it?
It's Grimace.
Grimace. Yes. So
It's a
McDonald's. Huh?
It's a plug?
No.
Oh.
So speaking of careers, McDonald's has come out and finally told us what Grimace is.
What's Grimace?
He's a taste bud. Y'all don't think that that's crazy?
I probably don't think about that.
It looks more like a bug.
You gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop drinking with Loren
Eli's
early in the
mind
morning.
is blown
man.
too. Yo, when I saw this story, I was like, a taste bud.
Don't it look more
what?
like a butt plug? Put it to the side.
Really?
Of all these
Put it to the
years, y'all
side.
have never
Don't
wondered.
it look like a butt plug?
Like it's just
Yeah.
been like a dot, like a nothing, and now they're like, okay, he's a taste bud.
First of all, we always knew what Grimace was.
No.
Grimace was a grimace. Don't nobody look at that. I never looked at Grimace and said, what is that? They told me what he was. They said, that's a grimace. So I used to look and be like, oh, there go Grimace. Just like I used to be like, they go around a McDonald and there go the Hamburglar. I never thought Grimace was anything.
You was drinking this morning?
And neither did you.
No.
None of y'all ever thought what Grimace was.
No. So this story, so
This must
basically.
be a slow news day. You must have
Yeah,
been drinking this morning.
very.
How many shots you had this morning?
The Daily Mail. So this story, this conversation came up a few months ago, and Daily Mail redid the story this morning. They did a story about Grimace and what Grimace actually is, and I saw it on my timeline, and it threw me off guard. I'm like, what? I never knew that Grimace was like an actual thing.
Because nobody ever thought about
All
that.
these people got married over the weekend, and you going to bring in a 2-month-old Grimace story?
It resurfaced
Lord
this
have
morning, and
mercy.
it blew my mind. I don't know. Listen.
Grimace need to sue the Mucinex man. The Mucinex man stole Grimace's whole flow, word for word, ball for ball.
I don't even
All
know
right.
these people, these puppets, nigga, man. I don't know what's going on.
Well, that is the latest with Loren.
You never.
No, girl.
Loren,
This
we
really,
don't care.
y'all. I promise. I printed out
Loren,
the picture and everything.
Loren.
Now we see what they
Loren,
were interested in
we don't
Delaware. She probably grew up with Grimace her whole life and didn't
Jesus.
even know.
All right. Well, that is the latest with Loren. When we come back, we got front page news. Don't go anywhere. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Hold up. Every day I wake up. Wake your ass up. The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?